everyone, it's Alma from the Y. Welcome back to my kitchen. So earlier today we made molasses cookies, delicious. But now, what do we do for dinner tonight? So with limited resources or things in your kitchen, I'm going to make something. It's delicious and healthy, and you can, again, modifications. It's about using what's in your cabinet and waste nothing. So today I'm going to make salmon cakes, which are great, full of omegos, delicious. You can make them on a plate or as a burger, and we're going to make a vinaigrette coleslaw. So if you don't like salmon or you don't have salmon, I prefer red salmon, but you can use pink or any salmon you want. You can also use tuna, you can use canned chicken or chopped chicken, so you have a variety of things that you can use to make these. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is drain my tuna, and or my salmon, I'm sorry, I don't like to waste anything. So the salmon juice I'll use for my dog's meal. So go ahead and drain that. Okay, in the can. And then, okay, now it's drained. It's okay if it's not perfect. Put this in here. Get my trusty bowl. You're going to notice that if you are using a canned salmon, that very often the spine is in there. Now you can eat it, but I'm not crazy about it. So you can go ahead and peel that open and pull the spine right out very easily. And we'll just discard that. Okay, now that I have my salmon, I'm going to prepare the binding and the filling. Okay. So I like a little chopped onion, so I'm going to go ahead and finely chop an onion. Sweet onions or Vidalia are the best, but if you like a spicier onion, by all means feel free. I'm not going to put a lot of onion in because I don't want to overpower it. Fine chop, both directions, because I don't want any really big pieces in there. Okay. And scrape that right in, just a little bit. Okay. Now, I also like a little bit of texture, so I'm going to use a little bit of celery. Okay. Let's chop that really fine as well. Celery's great and everything. Gives it a little extra flavor. And texture. Okay. And not too much. Almost a full stick. Not too bad. I think I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit more onion. Do the amount of onion to taste. Okay. These are super, super simple. Okay. Scrape that up. Now I'm going to add some things to bind it together. Just like you would do in a meatloaf or different types of burgers, I'm going to use some... There they go, it's dinner time. Panko breadcrumbs, about half a cup. Sorry. Okay. This might go on for a while. I don't like too many breadcrumbs in mine. I like the meat to be really flaky, and we need to bind it, so I'm going to go ahead and add an egg. Okay. There they go. They're just getting cranked up. Then, okay. I like to work on wax paper. It's a godsend. I'm going to get a little flour out for the dusting and prepare my surface. Okay, that's a lot of flour. Go ahead and break that apart. Now, I'm going to use my hands. It's a little bit easier to work with. Okay. I'm just going to combine that. Now I'm not going to smash it in small pieces because I like it to be chunky. A little bit more breadcrumbs according to taste. Okay, so that was close to 3/4 of a cup. Okay, now the texture, it's loose but combined. So I'll get some nice meaty chunks in my burger. I'm going to go ahead and just pull them together and form a patty. Okay, you don't want to squeeze it too hard. And then I'm just going to go ahead and lay it in the flour. Okay, little coating. go ahead and make a couple burgers. You can either get 4 large or 5 smaller ones, depending on how you're going to plate them. If you're going to do a burger, you might want to do them a little larger and flatter. Okay. 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 Do 2 more. Again, flour them evenly. This helps, whoops, when they're in the frying pan to give them a nice little crust. Okay, getting low on flour there. Get 1 more. See a few of those spines in there, those bones from the fish, they're fine. They crunch right up. They're really, really soft. Okay. Again, you can use any meats or fishes to do this with. Okay. So we have our burgers loosely made, okay? Move this aside. Hands get a little messy. And get the stove nice and hot. Okay. And add a little olive oil. Make sure you coat the bottom of the pan thoroughly. Okay, well, we're getting that ready and hot. We're going to start our coleslaw, and we're going to do a vinaigrette coleslaw, so a little bit healthier. Okay, pan's hot now. We can go ahead and get those salmon cakes in. Okay. Carefully just drop them in. I don't know if you can hear that, but the oil's sizzling just a little bit. The higher the heat, the better, but you don't want to burn them either. So, okay, everybody's in. Put that on the stove. And now we're going to put our vinaigrette coleslaw together. It's a nice change from mayonnaise. All right. First thing we're going to do is get our vegetables together. I'm going to use a big bowl to mix it, and then I'll put it in a nicer presenting bowl. So cabbage, I'm going to just do a small batch today, so 1 head of cabbage, and you can use red or you can use green, whatever your preference is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and slice that up, and it depends on how you like your cabbage. I like mine sliced pretty thin. Watch your fingers. Now if you have a slicer or something and you want to slice it up to make it a little even, that's fine. You know, some people like it a little coarser, so it's a little bit crispy. Watch your fingers when you get down to the end. Okay, oh, I hear the salmon cakes popping. Oh, almost forgot one little thing with the salmon cakes. So seasoning, a little bit of salt. So I wanted to just talk to you about salt really quick. So there's a lot of different types of salt. And when I'm baking, I've done a lot of, and cooking, I've noticed big differences. So, you know, there's a lot of salt. And they all have different tastes. So this is gray salt, which is a sea salt. And then there's kosher. I also like a Himalayan for everyday use. And then another sea salt, which I'm going to use today. Just a little side note, they all do have different tastes, so whatever your preference is. In baking, though, I never use the sea salt. I noticed that I'm not really too crazy about that unless it's going on top of something to accompany chocolate. But for today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use sea salt because I'm doing the fish and a little bit of pepper. So seasoning is very important. Okay, a little bit of pepper. Starting to cook smoke. Okay. Let's chop some cabbage. Put the cabbage in there. You can even mix cabbages if you like. Green and red is really good, but today I have red. Red happens to be my favorite. I'm going to make a pretty good sized batch. There's just 2 of us, so it's going to last for quite a few days. Okay. So you can see the texture of my cabbage. Okay. Again, it's personal preference. Okay. Okay, that's plenty, so I'll just set this aside for now. Get that in there. I also like onion, so again, some finely chopped onion. Now, if you don't care for onion, that's okay. You don't have to put it in, but I definitely like onion in mine. And I'm going to make it really fine. I don't want any big chunks. Okay. A little bit of onion. Set this aside. Put that in. So I'm going to waste all of that. And carrot, shredded carrot. Delicious. Again, love my wax paper. Quick grade on a coarse grade. Now, if you don't want it coarse, go ahead and do a finer grade. Add some extra vitamins and color. Remember, every day, 7 to 9 fruits and vegetables. And this is a great way to get them. Get all your colors in, different nutrients. Okay. And keep an eye on your salmon cakes. You don't want to forget they're cooking. They're going to take quite a while, so want to make sure they're cooked all the way through. Even though you can eat it raw, you want it to be nice and crispy. Okay, now we're going to make our dressing. Okay, dressing is going to be about a half a cup of olive oil. I like extra virgin. Use an oil that you choose, but I prefer good extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to go ahead and do I'm going to actually do this as a half recipe, so about a 1/4 cup of olive oil and not quite a 1/4 cup of vinegar, about 1/8. Okay. I do a lot by eye, so I can share this recipe out. It's in a really old-fashioned good housekeeping cookbook as well. So, now this does call for sugar, but I want to use honey in mine, so I'm going to go ahead and use a teaspoon of honey. You need a little something to sweeten up with all the vinegar. Mix that in really well. Celery seed. Now you can also use caraway seed. I love celery seed. Gives it a nice taste and a little crisp. Again, salt. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and use some kosher salt. About a half a teaspoon, not even, to flavor. About a half. Okay, put that in. Mix this up really well with solution. And a little pepper in there. Fresh cracked or fine ground, whichever you prefer. Now normally I'd put some fresh parsley in here, a little extra vitamin C, but because I don't have fresh currently, I'm going to go ahead and put some dried. Okay. Can't have too many herbs in anything. Gives it lots of good flavor. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. I don't want to oversaturate it, so I'll do a little at a time. Mix that in. Just want to make sure enough is wet. This stays good in your refrigerator too. Okay. Looks pretty good. So vinaigrette coleslaw. It's actually really, it smells nice too. It smells fresh. Okay, I'm going to mix that up really well. I have some extra so I can use that on my salad tomorrow night. Don't be afraid to taste it too while you're making it. You can modify these recipes to whatever your preferences are. There we go. And there is our vinaigrette coleslaw with carrots have your kids join in. Add snap peas. Okay. Good. Okay, so now let's just check on the salmon cakes, see how they're doing. Get ready to flip them. You're going to want to be really, really careful. They're very delicate. Make sure you have enough oil in the pan. It smells like it's definitely getting really hot and brown. Okay, bring those over. And it's time to flip. Go ahead and flip them right here. Okay. So I'm just going to carefully get my spatula underneath. Oh yeah, nice crisp starting. And that's what the flour does. The flour helps to create a little crispy shell there. So go ahead and flip them. Be careful you don't burn. Now you can add cheese to these if you want at the end, just like a burger. I personally will wait till tonight with the cookies to have a little extra fat. I'm going to put a little extra olive oil on the bottom when I flip them, just to make sure my flour doesn't burn. Okay. So that is the start for our healthy dinner. Vinaigrette coleslaw, some salmon cakes which are full of omegas, and then for dessert later we'll have a little bit of molasses cookies. If you want to starch, go ahead and have some noodles, or potatoes are a great choice to go with this as well. Okay, well thanks for joining me, and we'll see you a little bit later when dinner's all done and plated up. Okay, dinner's all ready, so I'm going to plate this 2 different ways so you can see how you can do variations. First thing is, my husband, we had some leftover mashed potatoes from last night, wasted one nut, English muffin, and I'm going to go ahead and put one of these delicious salmon burgers on the English muffin for him. Now again, you can add cheese if you like. And while we were waiting, I took some spicy dill pickles or spicy sweet pickles and made a little tartar sauce with some mayonnaise. Put that on there. Add a little bit of our cabbage salad. Now mine is going to be straight up on the plate with a little bit of arugula. I'll go ahead and plate that right on top. Okay. My husband is generous serving. Okay, there you have it. Hope you enjoy. Thanks.